Your Lord Ram. It's a pleasure to have you here. So go ahead
Well,
and introduce yourself.
hey, what's up, man? I'm Lord Realm. I'm an underground rapper from Los Angeles, California. And to be specific, I'm from the San Fernando Valley. I also do video stuff, and I'm pretty much known for like a bunch of anything entertainment wise. I'm an actor too. But yeah, man, it's a pleasure to be here. So what's up?
All right, man. That's what's up, man. That's cool to hear, man. So if you don't mind me asking you, what got you into doing music in general?
So it started off probably when I was a little kid. I always liked music. At that time, like around 95, I think I was like 4 years old. I lived in Washington, D.C. My family had moved out from California. I wasn't born here. I'm born in California. We moved out there like when I was like 1 years old. And for some reason, like just that whole like East Coast style, the vibe, just something about it like really captivated me. I used to like be at my house and I would see my brother like walking in with Tim's and like a North Face jacket and something about like that whole like East Coast hip hop. It like it did something in my brain. My brother used to always play like Tupac. Like they'll play Tupac at the house, Bone Thugs. I used to hear like Biggie or whatever was playing at that time. And I don't know, something like really draw me to it. And like seeing people play instruments. Bro, I even have recordings when I was a little kid of me singing entire songs word for word. I was only like 3, 4 years old, and they had tapes of me like singing an entire song word for word. So like music's always been like something I always loved. My first instrument I played, like that officially got me like into making music, was a recorder. You know, those like little kid flutes and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I played hot cross buns, and from there that got me into I play I played the trumpet after that. Then I played the piano, and then I played the guitar because I wanted to make metal music. So back in the day, when I first wanted to start like officially creating music, not just like jamming with my friends, because I used to play the trumpet all the time, but I didn't actually think about recording anything until me and my friend from high school was Andy. We used to call him Candy Andy. He was a drummer, and he saw me just walking one day, and he saw me with my guitar because at that time when I was younger, I used to always walk around with my electric guitar. Like if you
Yeah.
ask any of my friends or anybody, like I always used to have my guitar with me. I
You were
was
known to
like
just post up at the park with your amp too.
always, dude,
Some.
playing Slayer, playing Postmortem, like just everywhere I went. So he saw me walking one day, and he's like, bro, you play guitar? I'm like, yeah, bro, I've been doing this shit for a minute now. Bro, I play drums. Hey, bro, you should come to the house and jam. So I went to the house. We jammed out. We decided to like make a little band, and we got like at that time he had like one of those like old school digital cameras,
Mhm.
and he put it on the ground, and then we would just jam out to the songs I made, and those like that's pretty much the first recording ever of any kind of music I did.
Okay. All right. So it seems like you already laid out what got you to want to do music and what got you want to get into hip hop and what got you to want to do other types of music. But what got you to want to do hip hop specifically?
So it's a continuation of that same story. So I did the band with my homie. I added two other members. They're still my friends to this day. And it just didn't work out, man. It was like we were pretty good at just like jamming, but they just didn't have that same discipline that me and my homie Andy had. We had our stuff to like a science, but when we once we introduced the other members, it was like it just didn't work. So then at that time, I just like, what do I do? And I ended up getting like this old laptop, and I downloaded Fruity Loops, FL Studio, and I was like, I really like trance music. You know what trance music is? It's like like oops, oops, like
What a lot of people say is techno, but really just
yeah,
different type
yeah.
of
What
dance music.
everybody back in the day used to call techno, but no, it's trance. Like Armin van Buuren, Ferry Corsten, stuff like that. I love that kind of music. It's crazy to hear from me because people know me for like the hip hop stuff, boom bap, this shit. But I love trance music, so I started making trance. This is before I made a single beat in my entire life. I started just making like trance music. It got pretty good. And then one day, my friend, because he knew me for making like that kind of music, he asked me, he's like, "Hey, bro, like, could you try to make me a beat?" on like a hip hop beat. And I love hip hop. I'm a hip hop head, but I just didn't feel like I had the ability to make hip hop because I never tried it. Bro, all I was known for was playing metal and making trance music. What the fuck do I know about
And
making a
joining
hip
like
hop
the
beat?
skull band or whatever.
Yeah, bro, I don't know shit about making hip hop. I listened to it, but I'm like, all right, fuck it. I tried it. I made my first beat. It was called, I think I called it Classical Rap 1. That's what I called it. And it was good. It was fucking good. My homie, like, I played it to him and he loved it. And like, I don't know, it just sparked something in me. And then I was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna try to make some more beats. That one beat turned to two. Then I started making my first 10 beats on FL Studio. And then I was like, you know what? I want to take this a little more serious. Like, I'm really into old school and like all my heroes, like Lord Finesse and shit like that, they all made beats on that drum machine. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a drum machine. And then back in 2008, I bought my first drum machine, which many people know me for using. It's the MPC 4000. And then from there on, that's where I started my whole hip hop journey. I made my first like handful of beats on that machine. Eventually, I started MCing like at the age of 18. I just kind of picked it up naturally. Cause bro, I've been a hip hop head since I was a little kid. So bro, trying to sound like my heroes wasn't hard. I just kind of picked up my own style, and bro, it was like it was in me already. And that's pretty much like how I got into like the whole hip hop journey to like what I do now.
That's pretty cool, man. So, speaking of guys like Lord Finesse that got you into hip hop, and then you did mention Tupac and Biggie earlier. Do you happen to have any other influences that got you wanting to continue to do hip hop?
Bro, hundreds. I'm gonna start with the producers. So for me, the whole sound that I really got into was like DITC. That sound of hip hop from like 19 like 90, I would say like 94, 95, 96. Those 3 years, like something about it. So Lord Finesse, Buck Wild, Showbiz, like that whole like mid 90s like boom bap sound like crazy. It's crazy. And as far as like MCs, obviously Cool G Rap, probably one of my favorite MCs of all time. Tupac, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, his showmanship unmatched. People like Rakim, of course, early Nas, freaking dude, even random people like Godfather Don, Akinelli, and even low key cats. See, I see the difference between like a hip hop head and like just a casual. A casual will tell you like, hey bro, like what do you listen to? Oh, Biggie, Tupac, fucking Jay-Z. Nah, bro. Some of my influences, some of the people I listen to are like scientific. You know what I mean?
Scientific is fucking good.
Godfather Don,
Dope.
fucking people like Chino XL,
Of course.
fucking Apathy, Demigods, Army of the Pharaohs, like all that kind of shit. Those are some of like my major influences, like as far as MCing. It wasn't just like, the bigger guys. So like that whole like hardcore hip hop sound like really captivated me. Like no disrespect to like the alternative shit, because I kind of fuck with it. And I fuck with it a little bit. Like I like Tribe Called Quest, I like De La Soul, all that shit's cool. But when it comes to hip hop, it's gotta be hardcore, bro. Like that Onyx shit, fucking organized confusion shit, like that hard shit. I fuck with it heavily.
Of course, I heavily understand. And so, speaking of your influences, have you been able to do some work with some of your influences throughout your career so far?
Yeah, actually, I have. I used to be part of this group called Philosophical Prophecy. That's kind of where I started my hip hop career. We released a song called "It's Real." It was like kind of like a monumental like moment in my career. And from there, our second single when I was with that group was "Here We Come." We reached out to Cool G Rap. He liked our stuff and he offered like, "Hey man, like let's do a track." We did it, knocked it out the park, and the fact that I even got to even speak to the man, like I've been listening to Cool G Rap since I was a little kid,
Yeah, of course.
and bro, you have no idea.
It's
It
an
felt
honor.
it felt like I was talking to like Superman. Like I
I'm
was
lit.
talking to like fucking Spider-Man on the phone. Like holy shit, bro. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful to even have done that.
You're
But
humble.
yeah, um, haven't worked with all these artists. I've done like I think they've reached out to me for beats. I've had Shaheem, you know, like Wu Tang. He's a Wu Tang affiliate. He's reached out for beats. Afro, he's reached out. Aguilar, you know, like Sean Price's homie, Aguilar, Adolf the Assassin. He's like reached out. I've shot him beats. None of them really use them, but you know, the fact that any of these people are even acknowledging my existence is like the craziest shit in the world.
Yeah,
So
it's
man,
cool. It's cool that they even want to listen to you and give you a chance. You know.
yeah, bro, I'm blessed to even have done that. But yeah, those are some of my influences.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And you did tell me earlier that you had um, a record label that did try to want to sign you, but wanting you to make a different style of genre of
All
music.
right, so
What is
trip
that?
on this, trip on this. So on Instagram, like I usually make these like beat videos where I'll play my drum machine or whatever. I do like a minute of beat. And just for shits and giggles, because I'm known for only making like boom bap, I was like, all right, let's see what happens if I make a trap beat. Because I know people kind of doubt my abilities. I'm like, fuck it. I put out a trap beat and excuse me. I put out a trap beat and fucking lo and behold, I got a fucking message from Atlantic Records, one of the fucking A&Rs at Atlantic Records. And when they reached out to me and they were like, "Hey, we like your sound and we're interested in offering you a deal." And like they gave me their number and they wanted to negotiate some shit for me, but it was for trap.
Yeah,
It-
which is definitely like not your style of music.
it's not my style, man. It's just like,
It's like you got nothing against it. It's just like, how
bro,
would you explain that?
bro, it's in fucking in terms of people to understand. I'm an old head. If you want to call me that, I'm an old head. I like only old school shit. I only bump with like that real hip hop, that real boom bap shit, the fucking fluttering horns and crazy samples and like that DJ Premier shit. So when they asked me to do a trap beat, I'm like, nah, man, it wouldn't sit well with me to like
I just want to feel that genuine and to make
no,
that kind
bro.
of
It's
music.
like I'm pretending to be somebody I'm not. I'm like I don't make trap. I could make it, but that's just not me. So I didn't even entertain the idea. I was just like, nah, I'm good. I was just like I'm gonna thug it out and see like, you know how independently. You know what I mean? How far I can go independent. I don't need to be part of a major.
Yeah, that's a real respectable answer. You know, so it's like you rather do what you want to do, which is why you want to go independent. And there's nothing wrong with that too, because that was we just seen there's a lot of people with success going that route.
Bro, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely, bro. You know, dudes like Mortal Technique, like Necro, like Vinny Paz, all those dudes have gone independent and they're all like to me they're like underground superstars. Like, you know, arguably like up there with like mainstream artists. Like who the fuck doesn't know Mortal Technique?
Yeah, and they got the net worth of over like $1 million or a few
Bro,
million,
way more than that. And that's all to the
like tens,
pocket.
like 10 millions or
That's
whatever.
all to the pocket.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So let's say with dudes like, I don't know, let's say like Lil Uzi Vert or like Lil Yachty or some shit like that. It doesn't matter. These dudes, they'll make like whatever, $100 million off sales, tour, promotion, all that nonsense. But they have to cut the label, they have to cut distribution, they have to cut all these little different things from being part of a major to the point where that 100 million turns into like 1 million. That's highway robbery, bro. So instead of doing that shit and having somebody do the footwork for me, I'd rather just thug it out and get everything to the pocket, bro. It's like working at a job. What would you like? Like, would you work at a job where they take hella taxes, or would you want a job that pays a little less and they don't charge you shit? You know what I mean? Easy answer.
Right, and especially if it's something within your passion.
Exactly.
All right, so we pretty much got into what got you wanted to do music and especially hip hop in general. But how long do you think you have been doing music for?
Officially, so like, what do you mean by music? Like hip hop or just in general?
In general, it could include hip hop, heavy metal.
Probably since I was 7 years old. Like around 7 years old, I've been doing music actively, from playing my first instrument to till now. You know, making beats and rapping and shit. But yeah, so it's been a hot minute, like 20 something years. and like and it hasn't stopped. Like it never did it ever cross my mind like, hey, let me just like make a plan B. You know what I mean? Like along the way, I did pick up, certain like skills, obviously out of necessity. Like I learned how to like audio engineer and shit like that. I learned how to shoot videos. Like I know how to what else? Fucking take pictures and shit. I've been a photographer. I'm an actor. I've been in a couple movies and commercials and stupid stuff like that. Just literally just out of necessity because I didn't want to just be like, hey, fuck it. I'll go to like school or some shit and get like a career just in case this shit doesn't work out. Because in my mind, this is it, bro. I could get to like 60 years old and I'm still gonna be fucking trying this because I'd rather live with the the thought in in myself that I tried as hard as I could all the way to the end instead of being like, fuck it. I'm gonna be a plumber or some shit and just live with that thought like, man, what if I never stop? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah, I've been doing music for a minute now, and I'm not gonna stop either. No, yeah, regardless of what nonsense is happening to me, like being in this industry and shit.
Okay. And then aside from everything you just told me, is there something that you think, in regards to something tough that happened in your life that you pushed through that you want to speak about? If it were not been for those rough times, you wouldn't be who you are today?
So there's been a couple actually, man. Like to be real with you, there's been a couple. I've had some like really like I guess they were molding experiences. I wouldn't say they were like fucked up. They were just like more like lessons. You know, when I was a little kid, like my family, we didn't have money. Like my dad worked a normal job, like jumping around from job to job. My sister ended up having a bunch of kids, so we lived in like a one-bedroom apartment, and with like 10 different kids right there, just sleeping on the ground. It's filthy. There's roaches and stuff like that. Just due to the fact that it wasn't the fact that my dad didn't make enough money, is that none of us worked. I was a little kid. My sister had a bunch of kids, so we can't afford, you know what I mean, like a whole football team for football team like amount of children with like just a wage of like somebody who makes minimum wage. So that was difficult, bro. Like to me, it was like having the patience to deal with all those children, bro. Like when if you ask any of my friends, they would come to my house and it was like a war zone. You would just smell fucking diapers. It was always hot. There's always fucking dirt and shit. Fucking roaches like a motherfucker, bro. You would turn the lights off and literally like they would all just scatter the floor, and you turn them on, bro. It was like a black carpet and they'd just be like it was like some movie shit. Like it was unbelievable. That was one of my experiences, but like kind of made me like it made me tough because I didn't really have shit. So it made me like resourceful. I knew that I didn't have the luxury of just like, being a lazy ass and just staying at home or whatever. I hated being at home, bro. I hated being at home. So I just kind of went out and about, found ways to hustle and shit as a little kid. I used to go, you know what? It's funny. There's a little story. I used to hustle and steal bikes around the neighborhood, repaint them, and then sell them back to the same kids around the block. So the funny shit is I'm stealing these bikes, I'm rearranging the parts, and then I'm selling these same bikes to the same kids. So these same kids are riding each other's bikes and they didn't even know it. So that's like one of the many struggles in my life. After that, I would say I got into like gang stuff. I don't know. There was like I think I got lost for a bit, and I don't know. I don't know. It was weird. My brain was a different place. I felt like it was the only answer, so I started. I participated in gang banging and all that kind of stuff. Kind of basic LA activities, honestly. Like if you're in LA, you're either from a gang, you know somebody who's in a gang, or one of your family members is in a gang. Like it's impossible to avoid that here.
That is a well-known fact. I highly relate to that. Not being in a gang, but I always grew up just knowing someone who's in a gang, or especially people in my family.
Yeah, so
So it's like no matter how much of a square you are, you know somebody who's affiliated.
exactly, bro. It's just part of our culture out here. It's just unfortunately, you know what I mean? Because it would be a lot better if everybody was a doctor or some shit. But no, out here it's like that. But because of living that kind of life, I kind of got in deep, did a bunch of bullshit, and that led into my incarceration. I ended up doing jail time. I did 1 year for like an assault. I beat some dude up, cracked his head open with a pipe, whatever. Some stupid youngster shit. And I ended up getting out for a couple months. And then I did the same shit again. I beat the crap out of some dude and I put him in a coma. Cause
Only this time you didn't use a weapon, right?
no, it was all these weapons right here, law and order.
Yeah, is there something you want to elaborate on that, or is that's just
Yeah,
how things
no,
are?
it was just nonsense. You know, just typical youngster nonsense. Dude comes up to us, tells us, like, hey, get the fuck out of here, blah, 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 whatever, beat the crap out of him. But then that's when I led him to prison. So I got out, you know, I got a job, got my first car, and then that stupid shit happened. It's like I couldn't run away from it. And that's what I ended up doing, 7 years in prison. And that's like, how would I describe it? It's not like going to Willy Wonka's candy factory, bro. That shit is it's a whole nother world.
I can't even imagine, man.
Yeah, so
But when you got out though, that's when you continued your pursuing to what you're doing now, right?
exactly, bro. So it's a weird thing. When I was in the back of the police car, right before they were gonna take me away, I was like, damn, I'm gonna be in this bitch for a long ass time. So I was like, fuck, like shit. Right now I'm gonna take advantage of that. So I started writing hella shit. I wrote like most of my songs I wrote just like in my cell. I had when I finally hit the pen, I bought this Mob Deep instrumentals CD. Fucking crazy, crazy fucking like, right? The infamous instrumentals CD. Like, what the fuck?
Like, how are you gonna be able to find that in prison?
Yeah, like how are you gonna find that in person? So I got that. I wrote all my shit, and I really, really, spent a lot of time. I didn't want to waste time because I knew that I'm like, if I'm gonna be in this motherfucker, I'm not gonna be like just sitting there watching the TV trying to fuck off. When I get this, I had a whole game plan. Like, bro, if I had my like notebook right now, I would show you guys. I put an agenda and a checklist to every single shit that I wanted to do and get done. You know what I mean? I said I wanted to buy this equipment. I wanted to do this. I wanted to fix my MPC and do all that shit. And I've been out of prison 9 years now. And the moment I touched down, like that, I got right to it. I got right to it. The following year, I dropped my first single, and bro, I've been going heavy ever since.
Okay. And then recently, just earlier this year, you dropped your latest video, which is from New York.
Yeah, bro. I fucking the premise. So I got the opportunity to go out to New York like 2 times because of the homeboy, Stone Tone. Great freaking dude. He hosts his radio show called This Is a Test Radio. Great freaking guy, man. So I've known him for a hot minute. He's from New York, from the Bronx, and he just invited me. He's like, hey, Realm, like, oh, we're doing an event out here. You want to come out here? I'm like, bro, you don't have to ask me twice, bro. You know, I've been trying to go to New York ever since I was a little kid. Ever since like that whole East Coast thing when I lived in DC, I always wanted to fucking go visit New York, the mecca of hip hop. So while we were out there, I told one of my homeboys, Vince, I was like, hey, bro, let's shoot a video out here, bro. And we went to some of the sketchiest parts of New York in the middle of the night. You know, like Big L, well, like 139 to Linux. We were walking around the danger zone at like 10 p.m. at night with expensive camera equipment. And all I told my homeboy, I was like, hey, bro, if anybody comes near us, like even the closest, we're taking flight. I don't give a fuck who they are, bro. It could be a bitch. It could be an old man. It doesn't give a fuck. We're going to take flight. We're not getting robbed. We're not getting robbed out here, bro.
Especially for a camera.
Especially, bro, that's my job, bro. I shoot videos for a living. You can't take away my tools. So went out there, shot the video. It took a minute. It took a minute to do, but yeah, we got it done. Yeah, so we're filming the video and shit, and we just got the opportunity to get it done. I liked it a little bit because I got caught up with work, doing videos for like everybody else besides me, and then just finally got to it, released it, and right now it's my biggest song, and like it's insane, bro. I got to shoot a video in New York. The song is about hip hop. Like it's no gangster stuff, no stupid shit. Like it's all hip hop, paying homage to the roots, to the Mecca. It's shot in New York, and bro, if you guys want to check it out, it's called The Premise by me, of course, Lord Realm. It's on everywhere, but yeah, man, that was dope. That was definitely a dope ass experience.
Yeah, so it's basically you coming correct.
Yeah, of course, representing the culture.
So other than your story and what's been going on in your past life that got you into music and hip hop in general, what do you think that's next for you? What's the next step?
My next step is honestly probably releasing my debut album. So people have known me just for my singles, my previous work for my old group, and all my beats. I have tons of beats. The next step is releasing my debut LP. It's gonna be some like hardcore, like Mobb Deep, like Nas Illmatic, Big Pun, Capital Punishment, some like scientific criminal type of album, like hardcore New York style hip hop, representing like that ill shit.
Yeah,
Like
so
that.
basically, if you're a huge hardcore hip hop head, they basically have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be 100% produced by me. I'm on every beat. For the most part, it's just me. I don't really want to do too many like features on this one. Matter of fact, I'm not doing any features on this one. It's gonna be 100% me. I'm doing all the beats, I'm mixing it, cuts, everything. And it's gonna be like kind of like my love letter to like New York hip hop. If you guys like East Coast shit, fucking New York style hip hop, I know I'm from LA, I'm Mr. Wrong Coast, but if you guys like that shit, go check it out. You know what I mean? Trust me, you guys will like that shit. If you guys like Big L, you'll like that shit.
Okay, yeah, that's good to hear. So in regards to today's technology and what you can do now, do you think the internet and social media especially has impacted your career so far?
Bro, definitely. Definitely. When we first started making music, like when I was still making like back in my metal days, it didn't even cross my mind to promote it like on social media. At that time, we had like MySpace, and what can you do? Just post like a little snippet or whatever. Like this shit ain't going nowhere. But dude, nowadays you got all the streaming services. You got freaking Instagram, TikTok, everything. People nowadays can make a career off just one viral song that people like put on their page or do some stupid little dance to. And like honestly, that's crazy. Definitely, social media has definitely helped my career. A lot of like the most like influential people, like the most like important people in my career have been through like Instagram or Facebook. Like yeah, and it's helped me market my music. Most of my heroes have discovered me like through Instagram. So
Like what
definitely,
heroes and like people that discovered you and talked to you?
bro, like Fredro Starr, freaking MC Juice, EA Ski, that's the homie. Freaking Aguilar, Shaheem, Afro, fucking. I even got a freaking clip from my music video stolen by the Wu-Tang page. That's funny. That's hilarious. I wasn't even mad about it.
What clip was that, if you don't mind me
It was
asking?
from The Premise. It was a shot. They did it over a bridge. When they did their promotion for their tour or whatever, they used the same clip from my music video. It's probably not nobody from the Wu-Tang. Obviously, it's not RZA or nothing like that. It's probably whoever runs their page. He jacked my clip, which is the funniest shit in the world. But you know what I mean? So the fact that I even get that attention just through social media, yeah, definitely has helped my career.
So speaking of attention, you think it's been attracting a lot of ladies in your career?
Oh, no, man. No, man. I've been blessed to have a couple, but that's nothing, man. That's just part of that's just part of the game, man.
Is there a special someone out there?
Someone's, yeah, there's a special someone's, but nah, man. No, I don't want to disrespect nobody.
Okay, fair enough, fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's hip hop.
But
Hip hop, man. It's part of the game, you know. Hip hop honeys. That's just the way it is, bro.
so other than that, your main focus is just on the now, and then just trying to push it into further.
Exactly, bro. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing right now, trying to expand my whole brand and everything I do to the furthest. You know what I mean? Part of my job, besides like, you know, making music, is videos. I make music videos for a bunch of artists. Some of them I'm not gonna speak of, but we'll just say like not my cup of tea. But because of that experience, that means when I do my own shit, that means when I do my own shit, it's the best. Because I do this shit every fucking day. I edit videos every day. I shoot videos literally every week. So, like, trying to get to that next level, bro. I want to get to that level where, like, my albums come out like better each time. My videos start coming out like some Hollywood movies kind of shit. Like, that's the level I'm trying to reach. You know what I mean? For now, we're on the come up. You know, you got to struggle here and there, but like once I get to that, I'm this fucking close. I could feel it. Then that's when I feel I could expand and like, you know, be where I want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Ron. Well, it was nice talking to you. It was a great privilege, and I'm getting to know you. So, best of luck to you, and hopefully you continue to more further success, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thank you for the opportunity to, you know, being here. I really appreciate it. And yeah, man, of course, whenever you guys want to have me back or anything, just, you know, just reach out. You know what I mean? Peace.